Dr. Pfeffer decided to write this particular book based on three common mistakes he saw made by management of corporations and companies, both large and small, on a regular basis. One mistake was that management seemed to underestimate the feedback from their employees because any action made by management will have a consequence, whether it is intended or not. A second mistake he noticed is that most managers seem to follow a very simple model, regardless of its effectiveness, with no effort to make changes to a more effective way of doing things. An example would be, if you want an employee to do something for you, offer a reward. If they do not follow through, punish them. Simple, right? Thirdly, he noted most managers tended to overcomplicate decisions which should be fairly straightforward. Dr. Pfeffer notes that these three themes are present to some degree in most workplaces that are ineffective. Therefore, he wrote this book to help managers and leaders come to a better understanding of how to create an effective workplace. He stresses it is important to rethink the way a manager should be and start leading people, not just managing them. Throughout the book, Dr. Pfeffer shares management insights he has gleaned over the years and data he has collected to help create organizational strategy that could make any organization more effective. Dr. Pfeffer wrote this book mostly for any individual who is already a manager or a leader within a company or organization, with tips and tricks on how to effectively change how you manage people. He suggests that most leadership material out there imparts wisdom on what to do once you reach that managerial position, but neglects to tell you how to get there. So this book is also for individuals who aspire to become great leaders. He reiterates over and over in the book how important it is to be clear and precise when giving orders or making changes, and to speak with confidence so there is no questioning your authority. This should be the case over the course of an individual's career, from speaking up and standing out in order to be noticed and chosen to advance into leadership roles, to continuing this trend once that person has a title of manager or an executive leader. The book abounds in strengths, and I found no shortcomings to speak of. I particularly liked the fact it was divided into 5 parts or topics, and you did not have to read the entire book in the order it was written if you did not wish to do so. The first topic, Part 1, People-Centered Strategies, touched on how important it is to remember that companies are made up of people, not computers and software in the bottom line. Part 2, Creating Effective Workplaces, had plenty of helpful hints, from rethinking downsizing to cut the cost of day-to-day operations, to ensuring the workers trusted management even if it meant admitting mistakes, to choosing employees who had potential and wanted to prove their worth. The third topic, Part 3, Power Play, shared the importance of speaking up and standing out, making a difference even from the beginning. Dr. Pfeffer also shared numerous examples of successful executives who spent time with their employees on the ground level, getting to know them, and even had examples of several companies where management worked on the floor in various customer service positions so that they knew and understood what their company actually did. Part 4, Measures of Success, was all about rethinking organizational strategy by focusing less on anticipated financial reactions and more on the overall reliability and validity of your company and its ability to produce a competitive product. One such measure of success was the ability of a company to retain customers and employees, in addition to bringing fresh life and new ideas to the playing field. The last topic, Part 5, Facing the Nation, was the least interesting portion to me, but it was very informative regarding the subject of unions, how excessive pay is for executives, and how to spot unethical behavior and stop it in its tracks. The chapters were very easy to read and had a good flow to them. The ideas were mostly concrete and understandable, and the author had examples to explain the ideas that were slightly abstract. Each section and chapter, whether it had my full attention or not, was pertinent to the overall subject matter of the book and was relevant in today's business world, even 10 years after the book originally was published. According to our textbook, managers must coordinate the work of individuals, groups, and organizations by performing 4 management functions: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. And Dr. Pfeffer touches on all 4 functions in this book. The objective of this book is to explain some of the mistakes companies make, even when upper-level management thinks they're doing the right thing, and how to avoid these same mistakes. The most basic mistake is not thinking there's a consequence to every action and a repercussion to every decision. Dr. Pfeffer stresses the importance of realizing employees are going to react to even the simplest of decisions, so the smartest thing to do is to anticipate effects of the decisions prior to making them. He also shares various motivational strategies for producing employees who are effective because they want to be, not because they have to be. Overall, this book is straightforward and allows the reader to decide which portion is most relevant to them in whatever stage of management they are in. I would most definitely recommend this book to anybody already in a managerial or leadership role and especially to those who are anticipating stepping into that role in the future.